Great to be back at IFGS, this time not only as a participant but as the CEO of CFIT, Centre for Finance, Innovation and Technology. And this is really special for me because I've been in the fintech space for so many years and I've been to IFGS a number of times, but to actually be able to participate in the way that I am today is absolutely incredible, and to represent CFIT is just fantastic. And what's been fantastic for us has been the amount of recognition and representation we've seen. So first thing this morning, Chris Hayward talked about us. We've also seen Andrew Griffith, Economic Secretary to Treasury. He mentioned all the work that we've been doing as well. CFIT was one of the outcomes, or one of the recommendations after Sir Ron Khalifa's 2021 Khalifa Review, which really looked into the state of the nation when it came to UK fintech. What were the barriers to growth? What was preventing our fintechs from scaling up and becoming the real world leaders in the space? And out of that, a series of recommendations focused on talent, national connectivity, international presence, regulation, as well as access to growth capital, were all identified. And one of the final recommendations was to launch the Centre for Finance, Innovation and Technology, or CFIT as it's now known, in order to actually take these things forward and implement them. So for me, CFIT's really about sitting in between, in that intersection between policy, regulation and industry, and being able to sit right in the centre and actually drive forward action, because we've spent all this time analysing, figuring out what the core problems are. We know what the problems are, we know what the solutions are, but there's no one really there to own that, drive it, take it forwards. That's where CFIT comes in. The government announced our first coalition this morning, which was around open finance, unlocking data to support consumers and SMEs. So a lot of people be saying, so why did we select open finance? For me, open finance is the next evolution from open banking. Open banking really started to open up the doors when it came to access to accounting data, access to transaction data, really enabling that almost local loop unbundling for banks, introducing competition, lowering prices, providing more choice for consumers. But that's where it kind of stops, right? The next step, naturally, is, well, what about my investments? What about my pensions? What about my tax information? What about this other universe of data about me that sits there that I can't do anything with? Whereas the startups that are out there that leverage that information, that could offer even more innovative products, but are currently completely siloed and locked away, they just can't access. So if we look at that diagram, it's almost like the SOM, SAM and TAM. You start with open banking. The next circle is open finance, and beyond that we've got a wider universe of open data. So this is just a natural evolution of finance innovation that we've been seeing the UK lead the world on, but now we can really take it to that next level. Our call to action to the fintech ecosystem is really about mobilisation. Right? We want everyone to get involved. We're here to sit in that intersection, but we need the entire ecosystem to be part of that. So as we spend the next few months deciding on the core sub-coalition themes that we're going to be working on, identifying those members who will participate in what I will stress is the first coalition. There will be more, right? But this first coalition focusing on open finance, we need organisations to participate, we need access to data, we need support, we need time, whether that's from your project managers, whether it's your software developers, whether it's financial analysts. We just need people to get involved as we move forward. As I said in my opening speeches as well, enough talk. It's about action. It's about actually executing on what we need to do, demonstrating to the industry and the world at large the use cases that can actually come out and the value that can be created, not only for the fintechs, but for the end consumers as well. So that's what we're going to be focused on over the next 9 months. So really, if you want to get involved, and I believe you should, please reach out to your trade associations and your regional bodies in order to work with us as we go forwards.